FATF, the Financial Action Task Force, might soon put Germany on its grey list. You might wonder what on earth Germany, which is Europe's largest economic power, has done that has rubbed the FATF the wrong way. Is Germany financing terrorism? Has Germany not done enough to introduce transparency in its financial regulatory regime? Or is there any geopolitics involved here, since FATF is virtually controlled by the White House and American allies across the world? FATF last month in its report said that a large chunk of cash was being smuggled across German borders and Berlin was not adequately dealing with it. FATF said, as Europe's biggest economy, Germany is a target for money laundering and terrorist funds given its international connections and intensive use of cash. First of all, let's be clear that there exist certain loopholes in the German financial system that even the German government acknowledges. German Finance Minister Christian Lindner last month said that we focus a lot on the small fish, but the big fish swim away from us. Germany has also announced plans for creating an agency specialized in tackling money laundering activities. So it is clear as water that allegations against Germany are not unfounded and groundless. It is highly likely that due to Germany's negligence, terrorists might be getting easy access to cash and funding through Hawala channels. At the same time, it must not be forgotten that we are talking about Europe's largest economic power here. Germany enjoys extremely cordial relations with the US. Despite obvious and glaring flaws, FATF cannot take Germany for a ride without USA's approval. You might not realize there's a lot of geopolitics involved in such sensitive matters. For instance, consider the cases of UAE and Pakistan. When Trump was in command of the White House, Pakistan was placed on FATF's grey list. Trump was obviously an anti-Pakistan leader and dealt with Pakistan's terror financing activities quite bluntly. When Biden came to power, the South Asian nation, infamously called the safe haven for Islamic terrorists, was put off the grey list. Instead, UAE was placed on the grey list, with which Biden shares deep animosity. So when suddenly FATF starts taking interest in the fragile German economic system and it drops a subtle threat on Berlin, questions are bound to be raised whether it is the US that is pulling the strings here. Is the US blackmailing Germany? Is the US on purpose hitting Germany's weakest nerve? Experts at TFI Global, India's ace geopolitical portal, don't rule out this possibility. Last month, the portal published an insightful report titled Germany Wants Out of Ukraine War but Biden is Blackmailing It with FATF. The portal made an interesting point. It claimed that since Germany was starting to have second thoughts over its overt support to Ukraine against Russia, the White House is resorting to using FATF as a bargaining tool. The portal said that unbearable energy cost, lockdowns and the bleak economic picture has slapped sense into the German government that supporting Ukraine against a mighty power like Russia is a lost cause from day one. And given the fact that Germany now stands at the brink of a full-blown civil war, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz might soon find it mandatory to pull out of the Ukraine war and offer a peace proposal to Russia. Needless to mention that Germany can fix its economy in the blink of an eye if Russia resumes gas supplies. So it is highly likely that Germany may soon leave Ukraine in the lurch. That is what the US and the Biden administration don't want at this crucial juncture. Once Germany pulls out, other European nations would soon follow the suit. That would be a major embarrassment for Biden. It will seriously dent US's global clout and make Russia's victory in the Ukraine war obvious for everyone to see. So the possibility that the US might actually be using FATF against Germany cannot be ruled out. What do you think about this video? Please leave a comment in the comment box and subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos on geopolitics.